Hey guys, and welcome to episode 4 now. Yeah, episode 4 of Sugarcoat the podcast. I'm Hayaat. I'm not in that seat anymore. You already know Anaïs. Anaïs, do you want to introduce yourself?
Anaïs.
Yeah.
I don't know what else to say.
Bro, if you see Anaïs here every week, mind your business.
No.
Mind your business, my co-host.
No.
But yeah, we are back with another episode. I'm going to tell you the title of this episode because we love it. And it's titled, what?
BFFR.
Be fucking for real. Yeah. And you're going to see why. And okay, so basically, because you guys already know Anaïs, we're not going to do the whole two truths, no lies thing. That's kind of tired if you already know us. We don't have any more facts to give you, essentially.
I actually don't.
Yeah. But I'm actually going to talk about something very audacious that happened to me on the way here. I was walking. Over there, yeah. And I was coming here. And someone let out the craziest burp. Like, it was one of them ones where it sounds like a pre-recorded comedy sound. Like an ogre. Just into the air. I said, raw. So he's there. I'm here. I turn to look at him. And then he starts...
On the road?
On the road. And then he starts coughing. He's like... I'm like, oh my God. I start walking in the road. There's cars coming. I said, I can't walk into whatever disease has just come out of his mouth. He's looking at me in the eye as he did it. And this was the white man. That's all you need to know. I was like... You tried to kill me.
Fucking for real. That is
crazy. I was like, is someone else seeing this? Like, this is really mad.
But everyone else should mind their business just walking.
No, because the only other people were on motorbikes and they had their helmets and they didn't give a shit.
That's disgusting.
I know, disgusting. But anyway, we're going to jump straight into our pop culture segment. And this one this week is a sugar-free. It's not really a right or wrong because, yeah, whatever.
Yeah.
So... Carnival has just happened. Notting Hill Carnival was on the Sunday and the Monday, and like every year, because every year without fail, the diaspora wars between Caribbeans and Africans on Twitter commenced. Every fucking year, Notting Hill Carnival starts this type of shit where people are now trying to debate about, oh, why can't there be Afrobeats at Carnival? I don't want to hear no Afrobeats at Carnival. Like, isn't it for all black cultures? Is it not? All of that stuff. The whole conversation is tired. It's very attention seeking. I think a lot of people do it for engagement, to ruffle a bit of feathers, just like their carnival pictures will bang. I'm just talking about one person in particular because that girl, she's the one who started that. She tweeted, this girl tweeted something like, I normally ignore this conversation, but like, surely it should celebrate all Afro-Caribbean cultures or whatever, or part of something like that. That was the implication. And everyone was like, well, do you know the origin of Carnival?
No, because do you? Like, I feel like, do you though? Because, like, do you?
No.
It's so, like, it's actually as simple as that. Like, it's not a debate. It's actually not up for discussion. Like, Carnival has been and will always be a celebration of Caribbean history. Exactly. It was started by Trinidadians and then it got influenced by other Caribbean islands. Yeah. It's not supposed to be a celebration of all the blacks. Like, it's not. It's the same way when if I was to go to, like I was saying to you, like, if I was to go to like a...
Go to Afro Nation. Would she go to Afro Nation and be like, why is there no bashment? Like, where's the soca? Where's the dance hall?
There were, like, Beanie Man was there, Popcorn was there, but the headliners...
African artists.
Because it's... Like, I don't understand why it has to be a debate. It's just not even worth it. Like...
And that's the thing. I think people just do it for attention, because that girl did that knowing damn well she had her carnival outfit ordered, because she then dropped her pictures. Looks banging, by the way. That's a good woman. She looks amazing. But I thought... So you started that and you tweeted that nonsense knowing damn well that you have your Caribbean costume at home.
It's dumb.
To then wear it. It just didn't really make much sense.
I don't understand why everybody feels the need to come into like a Caribbean space and demand that their needs be met. Yeah. Shut up. Like, you're actually a guest. Like, you've come into someone else's home. Would I walk into your home and tell your mum to cook me some curry goat? It would not happen.
No.
It would not happen.
It would be my toke and beans.
It just wouldn't happen. I don't understand. Like, but then, I'm not going to lie, as a Caribbean community, like, it's even annoying me because I feel like we ourselves diluted it by... then actually accommodating for all of these different sounds. Like,
I'm really sorry. Do you know what people need to start asking? Why the fuck is drum and bass?
No, seriously. Okay, to be fair, with some of them sounds, they originated like
from black people.
Yeah, and in particular, like, sounds of the Caribbean. However, things like Spotify having a float
makes no sense. Makes no sense.
Why are we doing doing this? Why has it become commercialized?
And that's the thing. Unless it was like they're only bringing like Caribbean artists, and then that's their whole like contribution, and then afterwards they're gonna do something to push those Caribbean artists' music on the platform because we're approaching Black History Month for us. Then fine, it will make sense. But they're just coming to capitalize off this.
Yeah, exactly.
Let's not talk too much about Spotify though, because you never know. you never know.
No, but for real, because I saw I saw Western and I saw Coffee, so I was like, okay, fair. But at the same time, it's like, does it stop there? Really and truly, does it stop there? And like we were saying before, I think this is a very smart way for brands to like cater to their influencers or cater to their own like brand image. Like,
because a lot of people who were on the floats, I think it's meant to be called Mass, right? Yeah, they were complaining about how the people who were organising it were like prioritising the influencers and whatever instead of the people who have actually paid to be there.
And it's expensive this year.
It's very expensive, really expensive. Like to go with the flow, to get a costume, whatever, that's expensive. And imagine you waited 2 years and then you're seeing these influencers who've been like paid to be here are like getting prioritised over you. Like, come on, be fucking for real. Like, makes sense.
Do you think anyone actually got paid to be there? Because Carnival's actually free.
On their float?
Oh.
Do you not think so? Or like
potentially. I do not.
Maybe like a sound system appearance, or I don't know.
Do you know, you never know, because with these brands, it'd be like, ultimately it's a brand deal, so like it would be for the brand, not Carnival.
Yeah, that's true.
You never know.
Yeah, man.
That's wild.
No, yeah. I just feel like it's exhausting, and I think
stupid.
We're in this like this cycle in the community. There's that tweet that's like, the Black community have not had a serious conversation since the civil rights movement, and that's fucking true, because we are in like a cycle of topics that we just keep running through, and there's never any like, even if there's a conclusion, there's never any action taken afterwards. It's just we're going to acknowledge the issue. Even more time, it's not an issue. It's like some made up debate. We're going to talk about it 1,101 times, and then the next day we're going to do it again. Nothing happens differently. It's not like, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's just a waste to me. To me. But anyways, like, how are we going to do this? The whole reason why we wanted to call it Be Fucking For Real is because we were talking about the concept of relatability and how relatability is kind of coming hand in hand with the whole toxic positivity thing, where it's like, I'm going to be so relatable and honest about my life and so real, and you're going to love me for it because I'm just like you, and that is a positive thing, you know? But it's disingenuous realism, if that makes sense, you know? So it's like, we've kind of seen before how it was like unattainable, aspirational, perfectly curated content, and then now instead it's really cool to have like that super lazy, like, oh, this has come so naturally. I said this a bit on the first episode, but that whole vibe, like the whole photo dump culture instead of like the perfectly whatever cool. So that's what made us think about this, and we kind of think about the Spotify thing, and we're like, well, really and truly, what is your aim here? What is your aim behind this? And basically how brands like to use the whole relatability thing to like market themselves.
Because if you think about it, like, all of those, it's not even controversial because they know exactly what they're doing. Like, for example, let's just address it. PLT using India throughout the whole season. And then, you know, we were all led to believe she wasn't going to get a brand deal. Then suddenly she did get a brand deal, but it was for Marketplace. Like,
bro,
you know what? Congrats to her. She got 2 brand deals. There's still...
Yeah, no, that's amazing for her. She's chopping. She's living. In this cost of living crisis, I'd love to be that position.
Do you know what I mean?
But what's so fucking fake is they're trying to act relatable in how they're even tweeting and like using our lingo. Like, people don't really realize that these brands are always watching us. They're always watching what we're putting out. They're watching...
Everything is a strategy. Everything is a strategy.
Everything. Even with them branding her as an it girl.
Yeah.
Who were they... Where are you getting that lingo? Come on. Okay, to be honest, it's not just black lingo, but still.
Pretty Little Thing would not have been watching the black girl to label her the it girl.
Exactly. Like, they didn't do this for Yewande before. They didn't do this for Kaz before, but they saw how the black community was going behind India and being like,
To be honest, even just people in general responding to India, like,
in a really positive way.
The most unproblematic one.
Yeah.
And I think for once, like, it wasn't up for debate. Everybody seemed to just have a unified decision on that. Which was nice, I guess, because for once we didn't have to prove a point. But it was it's just wild when you look at it unfold and you're just like,
It's just like, so you spent however many weeks constantly using her for retweets. Oh, who should get the deal? Like for this one, retweet for that one. She's getting the retweets.
Yeah.
Because obviously people want to see a black girl win. Cool. Yeah. Like, you've seen that, and then the first person you want to announce is Gemma. So Gemma gets an actual collection, and then India is the face of people who are swapping out £3 clothing. And then also this whole greenwashing bullshit, that's dead. What do you mean sustainability and PLT? I thought the whole point they had eBay as a sponsor. Yeah. I thought the Islanders would have taken that in a bit and been like, oh, okay, like, let's kind of go on the sustainable P. Yeah. Cool. It makes no sense. It makes no sense. Even Twin Brett, that's his, like, I think. I'm not sure if I'm talking about the right twin. No, there was only one twin. That guy twin a couple years ago, super posh. I don't even know. Let me find it. Yeah. This guy called Twin Brett, he was on Love Island and he legit said, he made a thread and he said, okay, here's why the official, and I find it funny that he always tags them when he's saying this. He drags them. Yeah, the official PLT resale marketplace is greenwashing and a load of bollocks.
But it is.
It is.
Someone did a review of using the marketplace and Pretty Little Thing turned around and said, basically, they're not liable for anything. Should anything go wrong on this platform, it's on you. They've literally said, handle that with the seller on your own. They also say, if you don't get your item, you're not eligible for a refund. Like, that's a PayPal dispute you need to carry out. Like, it's nonsense. Like, why? I don't understand what they're even trying to do here.
And that's the thing. So it's peak. So it's like, not only did you announce this after the fact, like I would have respected it if they announced both simultaneously. Yeah. And we're like, oh, she's doing this collection, she's doing this. But it just felt like, oh, because you've now had all this backlash and all this heat, now you scramble to find something so it looks like you weren't using her for engagement and clout. Yeah. Do you get it? And then now you've come up with this. And it's great because it's India, because she's so likable, because she has now not one but 2 deals and she's the only islander to do so so far. But it's just like, when we actually look at what it is, it's not making sense. Yeah. We really shouldn't be supporting this, especially because if you think about PLT in general, cool, we're happy for this black woman, but think about all the other black women, all the other people of colour, whatever, in these sweatshops, in these like supply chains for PLT who are getting their lives destroyed just so we can wear £12 dresses. Do you know what I mean? It's like, how much do we celebrate this? And then also, when I feel like certain people were having those critiques on Twitter, it's like, okay, now all of a sudden you're a hater.
Yeah, and I was going to say that because it's like, you don't want to shit on it because the opportunity that she's going to, like, the exposure she'll get from this is great. Like, it's genuinely really good for her, but like, it's just, it makes you feel like, well, now you have to be grateful regardless. Like, exactly. It's like you're not allowed to have an opinion on the actual value of what you've been offered, because there is a difference, there is a discrepancy. Like, as we always like to say, multiple things can be true at once. Yes. Actually are.
Yes.
It's a great thing that she's got a brand deal. Yeah. But it can also be true that the nature of the deal
isn't great. But the thing is, and that's the thing, and I feel like we're allowed to say that, and it doesn't take away from her at all.
I'm not a hater for saying that.
I'm a hater generally, but not for this. And I feel like for Boots, the Boots deal made so much sense. One thing about India, her hair and her makeup was banging in that villa.
Faultless.
I need a lash line. I need the Fenty hair. I need whatever the people... I need
her to be the face of got to be. And gummy. Like, everything.
All the people, the skunk stripe, do you know that purple shampoo? Put her on that. Do all of that. Boots made so much sense. It opens her up to mainly a US market, since Boots is becoming our, like, not mainly, but Boots is becoming our Sephora. Like, it opens up to so many things. That was great. The PLT one... I even saw a tweet being like, oh, what she's doing right now shouldn't be downplayed. She's leveling out the playing field in influencing in ways that we've never seen before. It could be the beginning in greater equality of opportunities in social media for black women. That's a fucking stretch. And my friend was like, she was like, I need blacks to stop making everything an example of resistance, assimilation.
No, seriously, because sometimes she's actually just saying yes, and it's as simple as that. Not everything is a movement. Oh my God.
And also be fucking for real, because because
why is this liberating us all?
Please. And also be so real. India, this girl is elite. She's elite. Let's put beauty politics into this and shine a light to that. If India did not look how she did, would everyone have viewed her the same way? Like, no. Because she cut, like, how do I say this? Because of her features and, like, beautiful girl, whatever, she is mainstream beauty. Yeah. She's more marketable. We can't now act like just because India's got this, somebody who doesn't look like her, doesn't have the same like European type of features or whatever,
this does not translate to everybody.
It doesn't translate to everybody. And that's the thing. But another point about this, I do get that, like, sometimes cynicism, skepticism, whatever, is like repackaged misery. But as we said before, no one's really above critique. Like, I feel like when we have more open and honest conversations about these type of things, instead of accepting this and being like, oh, thank you, PLT, we love you, Omar, oh my God, trying to suck his dick in the back, No, because why was everyone doing that? I was like, you guys are dragging him and the whole company and saying, fuck this, and and then now they've given the scraps. You guys are loving it off.
No.
Instead of us to say, okay, this is great. We are happy for India as an individual. Let's now talk about how we should be marketing black influencers and the deals that we accept and not really just taking what we're getting and being grateful for that and kind of, you know, because with Gemma, people were like, oh, she should have done Ralph Lauren, she should have done Jack Will, she should have done this,
can we be fucking for real? She was I'm sorry, what did she show you on that show that made you think she was of the level to go for Ralph Lauren? Because she rides a horse?
No, be serious. What did anyone show you on that show, personality wise, outside of Davide and Ekin, that deserves a hype? Dami was entertaining. He was entertaining, I'll give him that. But like, when we're talking about like these characters did this and that, and I'm gonna say characters because they were edited in certain ways. I'm sure they're missing out the really interesting things that like India did or Gemma did or whatever. But let's just not gas it.
No, like a lot of these men were yes men, just sitting there, birds watching. What are we forcing out of these? There was nothing that happened.
We don't need to act as if it was more revolutionary than it was. This is what I'm saying. We can just enjoy it. Revolutionary
was actually how disgusting the bullying was on that show. Yeah. So if that's what we're going to talk about, then let's call it like it is.
The double standards, the misogyny. Like, that was like the main star.
This was the thing. Show. We were seeing it in black and white. We were seeing it for what it was. Like, obviously, we always knew these things existed, but it was clear as day. It wasn't even up for debate.
Yeah,
do you know what I mean? Like, that's what we were really seeing. So...
But anyway, that leads us onto the black community and the honesty that I think we kind of lack in terms of talking about things. Like, even as we're talking about this now, I'm like, are people going to call us haters? Probably.
No, seriously. Because I feel like genuinely, it really makes you feel like, it really strips you of your opinion, like, because you don't...
It's like, you don't want to be seen as a hater, but at the same time...
As, like, hating from the inside, like...
No.
I'm not trying to bring anyone down, but I don't understand why as soon as you're black, you're expected to just rally no matter what. No. It's the same way I don't support all women. Sorry, call me a hater, but I don't.
Yeah.
Why would I support women that would not ride for me? Why would I do that?
And that's the thing. There's a difference between a united front, because even, do you know Zizi Mills?
Yeah.
She had spoken about how we need to keep our issues in-house.
Yeah.
And not like post these things and like post like the fights or someone gets stabbed or whatever. And we do all of that for clout and that makes us look bad. It's like, where is the line between keeping things that have like a negative effect on how we're perceived as a monolith in-house, or having open conversations about our community so we can have like more success? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I know what you're saying, but I feel like, do you know what, it gets to the point where, well, not even gets to the point, but I just feel like if we've seen anything, it's that as soon as we try to have these open discussions, it literally becomes you blacks, like, it's so rarely constructive, or from what I've seen. In fact, let me speak from my experience. So rarely online is it a constructive narrative where it could actually feel like, you know, we're really talking about making some form of change. Like, I feel like it very quickly becomes so derogatory, like, so...
Yeah.
So, and then it's exhausting because it's like, well, never mind then.
Yeah.
Well, okay,
and it's like, why would I open my mouth and then look like the hater?
No,
or the bitter babe or whatever?
Like, one thing I did notice though, you know them central London like kids were robbing.
Oh yeah, the TikTok
whatever
stuff.
The hell that was. That was the weirdest thing I've ever seen online. I didn't even see that many videos, but apparently there were so
TikTok was
many.
in the community.
It was.
I love it, but it's really the community.
It was weird.
Why would they do that?
I actually don't even know how else to describe it.
They would never take that shit to Twitter.
Weird.
They would never ever do that.
Weird. But do you know what? I saw a lot of black people come forward and be like, look at what you lot are doing and look at what you lot are playing into. And to be honest, I hate that narrative, but I also thought, do you know what? Someone needed to say it. Yeah. Someone needed to say it. Look at what you're doing.
And then there was other people like, free yourself from the idea of the good black. You guys are playing into this by da-da-da-da-da. Fuck all of that right now. We cannot let these kids think that this is okay. No, and then some people are trying to derail the conversation. Okay, not really derail, but some people are like, yeah, but it's because youth clubs have closed down. Okay, and now what?
Do you know what I mean?
What should we do? Like, we can still reprimand this shit and be like, cool, sorry that you guys don't have the youth clubs and stuff, but robbing these stores in central London are not the answers, because hello, now you're playing into a stereotype. Now you're going to be further like stopped and searched, or you're going to have more police.
Like, what?
It's just dead. It was so dead.
That's ultimate boredom, because even like with the whole, when you do bring up like socio-economic things and like just the general state of some communities, obviously you cannot ignore these things. But again, as we said, multiple things are true at once. Yeah. So at the same time as we can say these things are bad, and yes, they do play into the reason some kids genuinely don't have the means to access the resources or the know-how to just know how to occupy their time, there are also other ways for you to go about.
But that's the thing, and that's exactly what I mean when I say then what. Why don't you guys even suggest these other things? Like, cool, we've already acknowledged the problem, but now what's next?
We need to be solution people.
What's not? And that's the thing. I feel like we're stuck in this like phase where we're identifying. Like, I feel like from BLM to like now, we've identified all these things. Because BLM opened my eyes, I said, swear down, this other side. Oh, okay. Now you're learning how things are like kind of a bit more systemic. Cool. Yeah. We're learning, and now what? Yeah. Now what? Like, for real. If you know of any more like youth community spaces, put that up instead of just talking about the lack of them. If you know that you have the like, I don't know, the reach to organize a community funded whatever, then let's talk about that. But it was just more like some people were like rightly so reprimanding them, other people were like, don't do that because you're feeding into the good black thing, and then other people were like, and it's also because of youth groups going down. Okay, and then now what? Because we can't allow those things to be like normalized, and we laugh at it, and we kiki, and we don't not say it, because the results are going to be bad. We're already disproportionately stopped and searched. We already have like this target on our back, and then you're going to do that type of shit. And you're going to think it's for shits and giggles on TikTok. Your little 20k likes, and then now what? You can't go to the park, or you can't go to bloody Selfridges to even window shop because they're going to be like, what are you doing here?
You know what else this reminds me of? This reminds me of the same kind of narrative where it's like, it's almost like regardless of what is actually going on, I feel like younger generations genuinely don't give a shit. Like, if we saw anything from those fucking GCSE results, all those videos, it's like people are so concerned with virality nowadays that they're thinking, oh, if I go viral, then I don't need it anyway. Bruv, what?
The rise of the influencers making people feel like traditional streams of like education and training and whatever
Education's for everyone. That's also not what we're saying.
It's not for everyone, but it's a good safety net. And I think everyone, if you have the opportunity to that, like, hello, we have free access to education. And the thing is, they even lowered the grade boundaries by a lot.
Really?
The grade boundaries are apparently really lowered, and then these people are failing, and they're like,
genuinely, I just look at it and I just thought it was sad. I was just like, look at you taking home your results to your parent. You're giggling hard, giggling that you've actually failed everything. Your parent is visibly distressed, and you thought, let me film it. But this is the thing.
This is the thing. That's
weird.
This actually ties back in with with relatability. Yeah. People want to be like, failure is normal. Yeah. That's fine. But now you're normalizing it, and everyone's sharing their L's, which is good because it shows that everyone goes through these things.
Yeah.
But also now people are doing it so they can be that person of that particular story that's gonna go viral, and then now you're gonna have loads of smoke up your ass, and people being like, same, oh my god, me too, da 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 da.
Exactly. And we're also, as we said, like, multiple things I tried at once, lol. But it's the same way. There were like, you know, some YouTubers drop out of school and they blow and they make it. Emma Chamberlain, for example, she's now on the cover of Vogue, things like that. I think there's reinforcers at like anywhere you look, there's a reinforcement of like, well, I don't need it anyway. Like, they did it.
Yeah.
We're not
even same. How Jeremy Clarkson? Is that the top? Every fucking year, I didn't get no GCSEs, and now look, I'm shitting on a gold toilet. Obviously, he's not said that, but it's always like, now look, I'm having caviar for breakfast.
This from my yacht in Monaco.
Bro, like, shut the fuck up.
Claps for Jeremy, who grew up 100 years ago.
Because
like,
when they first started doing it, I was like, that's cute. Like, you were making people hopeful.
But it's not the same thing.
Now, this whole relatability shit, please.
That's also a white man, by the way. So let's think about that when we read those tweets.
This whole let's share our failures and our stupid things. Like, people be posting like stupid stories like, this guy didn't answer me, so then I jumped through 18 houses, climbed through multiple backyards, did a fucking Olympic swim down the River Thames, then tracked his Marge down, went to his Marge's house, saw that he was there, and then acted like I bumped into him. That's the type of thing that people post on TikTok. Some crazy, convoluted, deluded story where it's like, bitch, you are a stalker. This is not okay.
You know what scares me? Now, I feel like you can't decipher what's true and what's not, because people will be saying anything. But some people will also do it for views.
Do it for views.
And it's weird.
Do it for views, but then even it never just stops there.
For real.
It never just stops there, because you know that girl, you know, because you remember. Do you remember when I sent you those screenshots of that back and forth me and that girl had.
Yeah.
And we were like multiple things. And then she was doing loads of mad things like stalking this man.
Yeah.
The only reason she thought that shit was cute is because she's seen that shit online and it's like, I'm crazy, main character. No, bro, it's not fucking cute. You guys are normalizing being weirdos, being failures, not having any ambition, and then being like, main character though.
No, seriously.
Come on.
Do it for the plot.
No, what is the plot?
Nobody's watching your movie, by the way.
What is the
Nobody's
plot?
watching your
the
movie.
The movie is going to be cancelled in this Tory Britain. In this Tory Britain. Everyone needs to shine your eyes.
They're telling us to go and buy a kettle.
Bro, these man have been trying to say, if you don't pass your English and maths, it's long for you.
No,
you're not entitled to go to uni, right? They won't pay for it. I've seen that a few times. I'm not sure if it's actually been enforced yet.
It is coming into action.
See?
Or if not, it is in action.
See? But these are the same people that are laughing online and like, yeah, I don't have any GCSEs. I've only got U's. That's so funny. And then the other people, when they were getting cussed out, who were like, this is weird. This is weird behaviour. No, please.
It's not weird though.
Because you know the consequence for them is going to be fucking shit.
No,
you know the consequence is going to be deeper than what they're looking at right now. Like, don't do
you know what? This also, it's like I mentioned to you earlier, actually. I feel like one thing we've also normalised online is that things need to be really, really polarising to attract attention. Nuance no longer exists, and it's really, really strange because that's not representative of real life. Not everything is these extremes, these polarizing extremes.
Bro, you don't need this chain smoker to come and tell you some stupid opinion that they just know has no critical thinking behind it.
Genuinely.
And you guys are just going to all be in the comments just licking arse like, yeah, that's so true, that's so true.
For example, with the grades, people were failing, but not just failing miserably.
Use.
But then on the other end of that, then you see things like, not even on the other end of that, but then you see people like actively robbing these shops in central London. It's like, all of these things are so extreme.
Why though? Like, it's the shock factor and the shock value behind social media in general, and the whole concept of virality that is just gone too far. And there is
it's warped people's mind. People can't think straight.
And that's the thing. I think people feel like because it's so atrocious, and normally like it'll be a bit more taboo to share that opinion or share that thing, people now equate that to being real. Yeah. Oh, you're so real for saying this. You're so real for being so honest about it.
This is why we need people to be fucking for real. Like, even be real. Guilty, I have it. But the people on my Be Real, I know, are just like, in fact, maybe
I'd be adding anyone and everyone. But that's the thing, I don't even know why people find me. I'm just like, okay, accept. I literally
have such a small, I even deleted some people today.
I deleted one person.
I keep it small. Like, my Be Real is literally about, 25 people that I know are just non-judgmental, really good vibes. Like, so I don't really care. But then some people have taken their Be Real now. They screenshot every Be Real they take and they make a TikTok of it. So then it's not Be Real.
It's not. And then
cute online.
Exactly. Because then also the TikTok that you make is very aesthetically pleasing, whatever.
Do you know what I
come
mean?
on. And also, a lot of people only really do their B-reels when they're out and they're doing something fun, or they want people to, like, you know. So even that, the whole concept of that is not.
This shit's exhausting.
And then even B-roll's meant to be that. It's even that whole like toxic positivity like thing. Like, oh yeah. Oh, all the other social media apps are like so toxic and like, oh my god, so content-y and influencer. Like, let's be real and let's be like vulnerable and let's be positive. Like, please. At this point, vulnerability and online, I don't think you should even go together. I don't think it should.
Actually, I don't even
think
it
never
it's possible.
Works.
Really
it never
and truly,
even works.
is being real online possible?
And even, do you know what? Back to what you're saying about the whole like polarizing stuff. I feel like the reason why things are so abrasive between even like politically the left and the right or whatever is because people are only seeing the extremes of every side.
Yeah.
So it's like, how is this not going to be a recipe for disaster or aggression? Oh, sorry about this now, guys. Still not it.
No, it's true though.
Yeah.
Because those are the things that are going viral. Those are the things that are popping off.
Yeah.
It's true.
And that's the thing, like, even with how we're saying this now, we are being quite aggressive. We're not as abrasive. I'm even going to find that. I'm going to find that.
Tweet.
Yeah. Because I sent this to a lot of my friends and I was like, what do y'all think about this? And it was kind of what them ones I was like, I agree with this, but I want to see what everybody else says about this. Like,
okay, well, just with a bit of context, this particular tweet was talking about, it's the one about the black community.
Yeah.
This guy did a long thread, a very aggressive thread about the black community.
Found it.
Just give us a little taste of what was on there.
He said, shaming should absolutely be brought back into the black community. Yes, having 3 babies by age 19 is pathetic. Yes, dropping out of school in the 9th grade is pathetic. Yes, your baby not being able to read 5 basic words, by 5 is pathetic. Yes. It should be noted that our community is the only one that gives out these passes, and it should also be noted that our community is the furthest behind. I'm talking about shame and accountability within our community, and niggas want to bring up economical and social injustices like that has anything to do with your baby not being able to read Cat in the Hat. Which is so funny.
Sigh.
Yeah, sigh. And he's basically saying we'll never be free, and and whatever.
And do you know what, as obviously...
the way he said it was peak. Also, I guess the way how we're talking is peak. Like,
no, but to be fair, there's a difference because this person, like, he tweeted this and he made absolutely no effort to then hear any follow-ups. Like, if you look at all the responses, now, like, to be honest, he's not obliged to turn around and pretend he cares if he doesn't. If you don't, then, okay, whatever, fine. But it's just the fact that, like, word to Femi, truth without compassion is brutality. It was a very abrasive tweet and a whole thread. And I do think in there, he had some points to consider. But the way he said it was
But see,
intense.
I don't even think he did, if I'm going to be so real. Because people are bringing up those points and he's like, okay, and that's kind of how I feel about, like, we've acknowledged the root and the issue and the why, but what's next?
Yeah.
And then he even says, if you lot ever wonder about why the black youth is seemingly getting worse, remember some of these quotes: nothing but excuses and whataboutisms. These kids are seemingly not expected to be better because the adults around them failed to look inward. I don't know if I necessarily agree with all of that, but I do agree with the whole whataboutism. What about this? What about this circumstance? What about that circumstance? We can acknowledge the circumstance, and I feel like we have done, but it's just not productive.
Yeah.
What comes after the fact? He's obviously talking about Black America, so that is still different, and like we don't have that same. I think we kind of have an opposite climate in terms of shame is so rooted in like Black British culture. Can you imagine?
Anything for pride. People got egos nowadays,
bro. And our parents have had that, and I feel like as we kind of get more modernized and like the generation under our parents but before us tell us, actually, you should free yourself from the shackles of shame and you should live your life for you and you should do this and we don't have to be so excellent all the time. That is great. But then now these fucking people who are robbing, how could you rob something for what? Those Cheetos and those Fruit Loops, like, that's like, crazy.
Was it worth it?
It's like, not. And
but also, when I say points to consider, what I mainly mean is literally like what you said. Like, I do think there's so much what about, and there are a lot of like reasons why without any solutions. I just feel like as a person, I hate always having problems. Like,
yeah.
Just in my life anyway, like, okay, this is excellent. Like, now we know what the problem is, now what? Yeah. Like, it just frustrates me because I feel like I'm just going to be stagnant forever then because I'm always going to be here saying, what about? And I just feel like that is something to really consider because I don't even want to bring this up, but I feel like it makes so much sense what we just said. Even with this chicken shop date girl, Amelia, how can you now say, oh, how did she get here? You know how she got here. You know. Why are we pretending we didn't watch it and giggle? When Dave was on there cussing her, AKA was on there cussing her, you watched it and you giggled.
I like Amelia, and I'm going to say it with my chest. I'm going to fuck about any other niggas who are like, I don't care.
You know how she got where
I don't care. You guys are... we got to set up. I'm going to defend a white woman right now because
it was too much.
These lot are here making threads upon threads about Amelia. She would have got here if she was black. She would have done this. We know that. That's the USP. Awkward white girl, rapper, black rapper, dynamics, different classes, whatever. Literally. That's why it's fucking interesting. We all knew that. That's why we all tuned in. That's why we all it's funny, haha, like hello. And then now everyone's trying to spin the block because she's got to a level of success that they're uncomfortable with.
No.
And saying
she's making money.
She would have got that. She was like, bro, we knew that. And we gave her the views, we gave her the clicks. And then now you lot are pressed because she's reached a level that we haven't seen people from our community reach. That's a problem within itself. Yeah. That's an issue. But what I don't agree is trying to get the platform away from her, like trying to... Because the way they were going at it, it's like, what do you want her to do? Do you want her to stop doing this?
Everything? Should
she stop
everything? What is she going to do? Because she's going to do it.
It wasn't productive. I was thinking, okay, so should we now have a conversation about gatekeeping the community?
Yeah.
Yes or no? Or should we now start talking about creatives or influencers, entertainers, like comedians, whatever, that you want to give more light to, and you maybe want to suggest to these platforms, or that you can suggest to us on Twitters, the YouTubes, whatever, that we can now watch and engage with. What is the solution? Either build up some more black people so you're happy, or let's talk about gatekeeping. But you lot don't want to gatekeep, because we've seen this how many times. We saw it with Arham, we saw it with Morad, we saw it with Emilia. What do you want? What do you want? And then that's what this guy is kind of saying, because he even quote tweeted, he's like, what's shaming gonna do? He was like, I don't know, but I've been preaching the same shit in the most gentle ways for nearly 7 years. Just accept the fact that people are lazy and don't care about any of the resources. You gotta call niggas pathetic to talk about the real shit, apparently.
I'm gonna be real though, I hate when people bring up the lazy card. I just feel like that's such a cop out.
And I also feel like
to call people, just shut up.
To call black people lazy, I'm like, you know that stereotype.
Dragging
like,
it.
The lazy bit is a bit crazy. And also,
listen, no.
Yeah, and I feel like the lazy bit, do you know what it gives? Do you know when Gina Rodriguez was like, let's start researching, mama?
Yeah.
That's what it gives. Like, what do you mean? What do you mean? But yeah, we can't complain about resources when...
Nice. Like a short intermission. No, but it's true. It's true.
No, but okay, so the first comment is, it's like you have no concept of how lack of resources and access to information affect predominantly black communities. Please step aside, and if you want to change, start a non-profit in your community and provide those resources. If not, stop speaking on things you can't grasp.
But that's also very valid. Like, if you are gonna come with so much aggression about something you clearly feel so passionate about, I don't even want to call, okay, I'm not saying he's aggressive, but the way he worded this tweet
was aggressive.
Yeah. It was abrasive. And if you are genuinely a mum of 3 and, you know, you're not even 20 yet, you're going to feel attacked. I felt attacked. And he's, well, okay, yeah, he's talking about me, but I'm not a mum of 3, do you know what I mean? Like, it was too much. So, like, okay, you've tweeted that now. What are you going to do? Because if I now spin this back on you, what have you done since this tweet?
Yeah.
What have you done?
But then, if he now makes a thread of resources for black people, I'm sure he's not the first or the last.
This is what I'm saying.
So it's like, at what point do we just do something? Like, I don't know.
Lord have mercy.
I honestly don't know. Lord. Welcome back. Okay, so since we're on the topic of the black community critiquing what goes on in it, we are now going to talk about black businesses, because 2 black businesses have been attacked recently. I don't know if you saw the watch thing. I saw the watch one. There's this. Okay, so this is the issue with relatability and when brands try to harness that as a marketing tool, because they either do it through 2 ways. Actually, let's say 3 ways. Adopting the language of their customer service on whatever social media they're marketing them to. What was I doing?
I was really waiting. I was like,
bro, I had them in my head. What the fuck? What was the second one? Anyway, people will be trying to be relatable online. That's basically what I'm trying to say. No, yeah. So they either adopt these things, or they try to have banter with the customer, like using memes or whatever. Or, what was the last one? They try to post motivational quotes, because they know that motivational quotes are going to get you those retweets on any platform, really. I feel like those are like the main 3 ways. So there's this one watch brand, I have to find the name, but it begins with a V, and they constantly have banter with the like customers or whatever, and that's kind of how they market themselves. And they've been doing pretty well for themselves, actually, and they sell watches. And I think they had like a joke with this woman who like got her bag robbed or something. She got something stolen from her, and it was like a poor taste tweet, and everyone sent for them, and then now everyone like hates the brand. And it's like, this has kind of been their one mistake. Cool, could have been avoided, but it's still their one mistake.
What the hell
I need to find it. But the second black business under attack recently is this woman. I don't know how to pronounce her name, but it's Oriel T something, like Sharma. I'll have to find it. But she is an interior designer, and it's actually really funny because she went viral for her work. I think she did Lydia Dinger's house, and I remember seeing her work all the time in lockdown. She had all these little things. I was going to join her little... she had like this little course that she was doing in lockdown. I was going to join that, and I saw the price. I said, I don't have that. Yikes. I did not have that. And I remember I asked her about redoing our kitchen, and it was very expensive. But anyway,
Damn.
Really talented interior designer. From what I've seen, I've only ever heard good things about her.
I haven't seen the work. I literally just saw this thread.
Yeah. And she's kind of like a black woman in luxury boss babe type online. So she posts a lot of motivational like quotes. The group that she was in before, they're all quite luxurious black women.
Got you.
Like that's their brand. And some girl called L'Oreal out and was like, "You owe me 30k, bitch." And like posted the receipts, posted the emails.
What a way to humble someone.
It was crazy.
Oh my God.
It was crazy. She posted like some motivational quote about mistakes. The girl said, jagged her. And said, what about my 30k? And then posted the screenshots of the thing. And I'm telling you, this was one of the most audacious things I have ever seen. And both instances started a whole discourse about black businesses, whatever, and
30,000
30,000 great British pounds.
Oh my God. It actually sent chills down my spine.
30,000 great British pounds, bro.
Stole 30,000 pounds.
So she was paid 80,000 up front. She was paid 80,000 up front. The woman, for some reason, wants her 30k back. Also, another thing, when she was comparing the prices of things, the woman's price markup was crazy. Like, even if you're sourcing and you're charging for sourcing each individual material, the price markup was crazy.
80,000 pounds.
Bro. Let me find it.
I wonder why she didn't on the full 80.
Nah, so she even tweeted, just look at this tweet because this is too shady to read out. You know someone 30k. I really respect that she hasn't deleted her account.
Yeah.
I really respect that. That's some shit right there. But okay, here it is. This woman did a whole thread about it. Maybe I'll play like elevator music while I search for these things. Like doo-doo-doo. So the price markup bit is brazy. She said, tip one, this is the girl who exposed her. Tip one when working with interior designers, double check their invoices. Because the lady, L'Oreal, tried to charge her, I think, 104 for... Wait, let me just show you this. My interior designer tried to charge me £104.84 for 9 doorknobs that actually cost $29.99. So you've now had to refund me £75. Why are we trying to take £75 from me anyway?
Seriously, why?
It's
I'm
doorknobs.
actually so confused.
Doorknobs.
That's crazy.
Doorknobs. But anyway, this caused a larger discourse, and people were talking about how they can't really trust the services provided by black people because there's too much greed, lack of professionalism, and care.
Quick disclaimer. We can say it because we're black.
Yeah.
That is the first thing I will say. So yeah, you're damn right. If it was coming from someone who's non-black,
that's crazy.
That is crazy, and I will not be on your side,
bro.
Well, no.
No, but I want to understand. I do want to understand why this has happened.
And do you know what? This stems back to our original point. I feel bad sometimes when I have a not so positive opinion.
Yeah.
Because I don't want to look like a hater, but somebody's got to say it.
Exactly. And this is the thing. This is what I'm saying about
professionalism.
Do we do this in-house or do we just do this openly? Because I don't know where to stand on this.
Yeah.
Really
I
and
shouldn't
truly.
have to police my
your critique.
Nobody should have to police themselves on how they choose to express.
Yeah.
Their
and this is the thing, people,
because we would actually do it publicly if it was any other brand.
Word. And people are trying to be like, why do you guys hold black people to a different standard? I believe that generally. I think when it comes to the business thing, please, let's not act like this is the exception and not the rule.
Yeah.
Too many times, black businesses have been fucking shit in terms of how you're communicating with the customer, how you react when things go wrong.
Listen, because if I bring up who I want to bring up...
Who? I'll beep it. Anyways.
Listen, what I will say is there's several examples of horrendous customer service.
Yeah.
Personal experience and vicarious experience. I've seen other people post when they've literally been airing their grievances, because this is the thing. People don't Okay, the people I know that air their grievances it's not their first resort to go to social media. It's not their first resort to start baiting it all out. They've tried to do it the email route.
Especially with the hairdressers and the lash techs. Oh my God, the amount of times on TikTok, the story times, and they have proof of how many times they've tried to contact them and this and that, and they're getting blocked. Bro, it happens all the time, and I feel like it's just so unfair to try and act like people are holding black people to different standards when it comes to this, because know, come on, you're playing with people's money. And I think because it's a black-owned business, number one, can I also say, being black-owned cannot be your only USP.
No, it can't.
Do something different. Yeah. That can't be it.
Because there's obviously so many good black brands.
We want to try this whole black pound thing and put your money in black businesses. I'm going to do that anyway.
Yeah.
But that cannot be your be-all and end-all. I need your like products to be good same way. Yeah. Like, come on. We've seen how many times they try to contact them, whatever. So when they do come and drag, and it happens so frequently, it happens all the time, that it's like, it's so unfair to be like, oh, you guys are just holding people to a different standard. Other communities make mistakes. Yeah, that's true, but I'm not going to lie.
I don't give a fuck about those communities, sorry. Like, I don't care.
And also, I've rarely been disappointed by other businesses. I'm really sorry. Because if I was, I'll be shouting as well. I'll be shouting, and that's the thing. Anyone can catch the smoke when it comes to my money.
True though.
Anyone can catch that fucking
because
smoke.
What you're insinuating is the only reason I'm complaining is because I'm black. Do you not think I want to see you win?
Yeah, you're trying to act like we're coons.
Because that's disrespectful.
That's disrespectful.
You called out our parents as well. Yeah, that's basically what you did.
You've called me an ape.
No, seriously. You banged on your chest in front of me.
That's what you've done.
You dragged my whole family for no reason by assuming.
What did my grandma do to you?
This is what I'm saying. Don't be so disrespectful. How were you raised or dragged?
Raised or rid? Yeah.
It's true. No, because don't think I wouldn't.
Yeah, word.
Don't think I wouldn't. No, but that's actually crazy. How dare you?
And this is the thing.
We've only said it because you're black.
And this is the thing, yeah.
What?
The issue is, yeah, black-owned businesses, black-owned customers. There's already going to be that relatability there.
I've already called you sis.
I've already called you sis. I've already called you sis.
I was like, thanks, sis.
And then because of that familiarity, because we're both kind of speaking the same language, now what is that breeding? Disrespect. See? Familiarity breeds disrespect. That's just number one.
No, it actually is.
It does. And in this like scenario, the professionalism is going out the window. As in, there's this one woman, I can't lie, she's gonna get dragged by me soon, because the amount of times I've been trying to book her for months. We'll come up with a date, on the day she'll cancel.
What is it you're trying to book?
I'm not gonna say, because then it's too bait.
Got you.
It's too bait.
Got you.
But
protect your business.
Also, by the way, Spotify, we still love you. just as a reminder.
Word to tie.
Live life.
She works.
Love you. You've supported our black friends. You've supported. Spotify loves black people.
Do you know, like, all this shows is we're actually being fucking for real.
We are though.
Really and truly.
We are all over the place. Focus. Be calm. Let's go back to this fucking audacious situation. Mm-hmm. She has said, your £30,000 will 100% be paid back to you.
So she admits that she owes her the 30k?
To the very last penny. The last payment plan we both agreed on was £1,500 bi-weekly. I'm so sorry. Unless you can show me where I agreed to that. That doesn't sound like me. Who in their right mind? Bi-weekly. Let me see. There's 52 weeks in a year.
But that's even crazy, because with the same vim and energy that you took the money, why is it now so long for you to pay it back? That's crazy.
Oh.
That was a big number.
1,500 times by 2, yeah? That's a week. It's 52 weeks in a year.
A month.
So she'll make it back pretty fine, 30k.
Wait, she's getting back 3,000 a month. Because if she's getting 1.5 every 2 weeks, so she's just going to do that for 10 months. Listen, I'm not a woman in STEM, so don't even...
I actually am, but it's been a long time. Oh my God, that's why my mum wants to give it... Yeah, but you're right. It is 10 weeks. We got there. I'm a first-class engineer. Just before that gets in your head, I can do maths, yeah? Anyway, she is very mad because she's saying 1.5 bi-weekly. I've made it clear to you that once my business can do so, you're going to get it run back. Okay, first of all...
much your business can
I don't
do
give
so.
a fuck about whether your business can do so or not.
Do you know what I mean?
Let's be so real.
What about what I can do so?
What about the house of my heads?
Why are you assuming I can go without £30,000?
£30,000 that I should wait for because you've done what? What did you spend it on?
No, that's crazy.
What did you spend it on?
That's what she said when we can do so.
What did you spend it on?
That's like your convenience.
And then the thing is, this woman is a nicer woman than me. Because for me personally, I'd have to be like, so you're in Van Cleef, you're in Cartier, you're in Chanel.
Take them back.
Return that shit.
Take them
and give me my money. What is that?
Actually true.
I need an explanation to where you squandered this money. Why you're so brazen to say stop the social media thing. Don't insult me on my character.
Don't tell me what to do.
Don't tell me what to do. I'll tell people my money. Don't tell me what to do.
Because I'm not doing
it. Are
it.
you mad? I just feel like that's insane. It's very much insane.
You're in no position to give me demands.
It's
Don't
insane.
even ask me nicely because it's a no.
It's insane.
Nah,
insane. And I'm just like,
£30,000. She is so bold to assume £30,000. We'll get it back to you as soon as we can.
Like,
nah,
bro,
not enough. It's even funny because she put in there, as I told you, don't take that tone with me either.
And that's the thing. I'm just
£30,000.
like, it's so much. And I get like, okay, cool, in terms of entrepreneurship and businesses and owning our own businesses in general, we've started further back. We weren't allowed to own things for a long time. We get the system, like the systematic things that people face when our business literacy is not the same, and we haven't had the opportunity to exercise that as long as our other counterparts are, okay, white people, Asian people, this, that, and the other. Cool, we get that. But we have all been customers before, no?
Yeah.
We all know how we'd want to be treated as a customer, no?
Yep.
So when you now move mad, because you're black, should I sit down and say, my sister, pay me back when you want?
No, genuinely.
What do you want? What do you want?
As if manners, decency, and customer service are optional. As if I didn't tick it at the end of purchase. Do you know, it's weird.
And that's the thing,
it's like it's up for debate that you should just not treat your customer like that. But don't get me wrong, I've had some very good experiences with black businesses, like
amazing ones.
Pretty Gal Bags. She's recently
really?
changed her name. I can't remember what it is anymore.
Oh.
But yeah, she gave me a free mini version of the bag I bought from her just for supporting. So like, there are people that will go above and beyond for the sake of their customers. But then there's others who just don't.
Who don't. And I feel like rightly so, they should be called out. They should be called out. And so obviously the tweet about, there's just too much greed, like a profession, whatever. People are, I don't want to all lives matter it, but people without business acumen and integrity are from all races. That is true. We know that. Bad vegan happened. There's like so many examples of white people doing crazy shit. What was that girl who tried to make that Soho House? Anna something foundation. Russian babe. She went to prison for time because she stole millions, and she had that Netflix show about her. Oh. That babe. I don't know. That one.
That Inventing Anna show.
Inventing Anna, exactly. Yeah. So we've seen it time and time again.
But we're not talking about that.
We're actually not talking about that.
Like,
we're talking about us. What other community do you see getting dragged outside of... No. What other community do you see getting dragged to the same extent when it comes to customer service or customer-facing roles in terms of the beauty industry alone? There's a new story every fucking day. This woman will ruin my prom. She ruined my makeup. She stole my money. She stole my wig. Da-da-da-da-da. It's always happening. And I just want to know, what are we going to do about it? Yeah. What are we going to do about it?
Because where's the actual line? Like,
what are we going to do about it?
Yeah.
Even in terms of when you see people trying to sell stupid shit like the fucking pink sauce. Why do people buy that? Like, what happened?
Only in America these things can happen. What are you talking about?
But see, this is the thing. Because of relatability, relatability and parasocial relationships definitely make people feel like, oh, I know you.
That is similar to my dissertation.
See, the parasocial relationships between these business owners or these people who are normally kind of online famous or online visible, and then they try to sell your product. Because you have this parasocial relationship with them already, even through their quotes or them talking like you or whatever, you already assume that they're going to have your best interests at heart. And you're going to assume that they're going to not play with your money or whatever. Why have you done that?
Why? You played yourself.
Why? Why do we keep on getting bamboozled by these people?
Why? Same way everyone became a baker.
I'm worried for your stomachs.
Everybody became a baker.
Because that's crazy. There's nobody who's going to make whatever in their kitchen and then I'll come and bring it to me and I'm like, yeah, cool. Without no certificate, no hair.
When you actually think about it, it's actually crazy.
It's crazy. But instead of us to be looking at like certification, business acumen, awards, proof that they've done it, and not just proof from other influencers, because we know time and time again that everyone, and this isn't just black people, everyone treats anybody with clout better than they would treat a regular customer. That's why celebrities don't wait in line and you do. That's why they're gonna get
That's why they get it for free.
They're getting it for free. Come on, that's fine. But it's now like, as long as you can relate to someone and you have a sense of parasocial relationship or whatever, now you're gonna squander your money. You don't care about their integrity. You don't care about their character. You don't care about any proof, any like reviews, any certification, nothing. So what's next?
Sigh. But one thing I will say, I'm loving the entrepreneurship.
Yes.
But please don't use me as the example.
Yes.
And don't use me as the guinea pig.
Yes.
Don't do it, please.
Yes.
Don't.
And there's many a black business that we can do all the love for.
No,
we can.
seriously.
Toffee Cool, Bemi Girls, Bright London, loads. I'm sure there's more. I can't think of many more right now. But there's loads.
That's not the point.
That's not the point.
The point is, we can.
We just can't right now.
We just can't right now.
We just can't right now. And we will obviously support black businesses in any way that we can.
That's a given.
That's a given. But not at the detriment of my money, the service that I'm receiving. I'm not going to give you grace just because you're black. I'm so sorry. And same way, I wouldn't give, like, I don't really care if it's your first time, if it's women, if it's whatever.
If you treat me poorly, you've treated me poorly.
That's it.
You're getting dragged.
That's it. And I feel like I can only give you grace when you're owning your mistakes with grace.
Yeah.
Like, with that email, that was cheeky as fuck.
You can actually say sorry.
Say sorry. I want to
sorry.
sincerely apologise for the stress that I've caused you and putting you in this situation. I will 100% pay for your legal fees. I'll pay this 30k back expeditiously. I completely understand your frustration on social media.
Yeah.
Though, obviously, I'd rather you didn't do it. I cannot control how you react to the situation or how you choose to express that.
No, absolutely.
Then I don't think everybody would have been dragging it the same way.
I agree, because I feel it's like sorry has just left people's vocabulary, because it's like we say all the time. I feel like decency, manners is something that is
loyalty,
it's
anything.
Something that's just dwindled.
It's dwindled. It's so cute and funny to be like a bitch.
No, so like, why do you have to be rude though? Like, why?
Like, drop your pride.
Seriously,
drop your pride.
Why has everyone got an ego nowadays?
Drop your pride, because I should be insulting your character if you owe me 30k.
Absolutely.
If the government, if HMRC owed you 30k.
Anyways.
Please.
Anyways.
Please. But anyway, to wrap things up, stop getting dwindled by relatability from brands, from musicians and the Jack Harlows of the world.
So annoying. He's so annoying. But as you're saying.
From anyone. Do not let relatability fucking overshadow your discernment. Please, let's all start looking for people with credentials. Let's not like take these brands' tricks, and let's also not withhold useful critique for the sake of what?
Saving face.
Please.
And who are we even saving face for?
Please.
Have you ever thought about that?
Please.
Because who's it for?
Please.
Think about it. Sit with that. That's your takeaway.
That's
Sit
your
with
takeaway.
That. Who are you saving face for?
That's your takeaway.
Another takeaway is BFFR.
Be fucking for real.
Seriously.
And that's our herd way. That is our herd way. That's
Be for real.
We do it the herd way. You guys can as well.
Honestly.
If you guys don't remember what the herd way is, you guys better go back, because I'm not explaining this shit again. Okay?
Don't be fake.
Don't be fake.
Be for real.
Be fucking for real.
Oh my god, that was so... Oh, I love
Full
it.
circle moments. Oh my god, I love you guys.
I'll say that.
Anyway, that's it. Bye.